Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the 529. Today we're going to talk about the FSA ID. So each October, families and students have to go through the process not only of filling out their applications to colleges, but their financial aid applications as well. And one of the most common financial aid applications is the FAFSA. So the FSA ID is a critical component of that, and we're going to talk about what exactly that is today and what you need to know so you can get your forms completed on time. I'm Mike Bink, founder and president of Equivest Financial Advisors. I've helped hundreds of families throughout the country develop strategies to win the game of paying for college. I can help your student pick the right schools to get as much free money as possible, maximize your family's finances to get more financial aid and scholarships, minimize your student loan debt by picking the right student loans, and pay for college as efficiently as possible to lower your costs by thousands of dollars, all while protecting your family's retirement. If you'd like to learn more about how we can help you develop a plan to implement strategies like this, please click the link in the description below to learn how you can become our client. So what is your FSA ID exactly? Well, FSA ID simply stands for your Federal Student Aid ID. It's your username and password combination to be able to access the U.S. Department of Education website. You need your FSA ID not only to complete the FAFSA application, but also to be able to access it at a later date. High school seniors and their parents are going to have to complete the FAFSA for the first time in fall of senior year. In addition to being required for you to complete the FAFSA application, your FSA ID allows you to sign certain forms electronically, access personal records, and take out certain student loans. So it's a very important piece of information for both students and parents. So why is the FSA ID so important? The FSA ID allows both students and parents the ability to sign and submit the FAFSA application. Submitting the FAFSA is key to students being able to get as much financial aid as possible, as well as the ability to take out federal student loans. Your FSA ID also allows you to submit certain student loan applications. In addition, your FSA ID is going to allow you to access loan documentation and key information after you've taken those loans out and you're out of school. So who exactly needs an FSA ID? Both the student and primary custodial parent who will be filling out the FAFSA are required to have a FSA ID because both will ultimately have to sign the FAFSA before submitting it. In addition, parents need this FSA ID if they want to apply for a direct Parent Plus loan. So where can you get your FSA ID? Simply go to fsaid.ed.gov and follow the instructions there to get an FSA ID for both you and your student. So what are some tips to remember when it comes to your FSA ID? First and foremost, for students, you don't want to use a school email address when signing up to get your FSA ID. The reason for this is because you're going to need access to that FSA ID and to an active email address even after you're out of school. So you want to make sure that you have an active email that you can carry with you beyond when you're in school that's going to apply to that FSA ID. The next thing to keep in mind is that you want to make sure to keep that information safe. Again, your FSA ID can give people access to certain private and financial information, so you want to make sure that you guard it, again, just like you would your social security information or your signature. The last tip is to go get your FSA ID as soon as possible. You don't have to wait until the FAFSA is available to actually get your FSA ID. So you and your student can go to fsaid.ed.gov right away, both get your FSA IDs, and check that box so that you're ready come October 1st when the FAFSA application becomes available, so that way you're ready to go. If you still have questions about the FSA ID and what you need to use it for, or any of the other financial aid applications that might be out there, please make sure to provide them in the comments section below. If you're not sure what the FAFSA application is and things you need to keep in mind to make sure that you fill it out as efficiently and correctly as possible, please make sure to check out my other video, FAFSA Mistakes to Avoid. If you found the information that I covered in today's video to be valuable, please make sure to give a thumbs up below, share with your family and friends, And for more tips and videos to help you win the game of paying for college, please make sure to click the subscribe button below. And make sure to click the notification bell so that you can get notified right in your email inbox when new videos become available. If you'd like help maximizing your finances to give your student the best possible chance to get as much financial aid as possible and lower your costs, please make sure to click the link in the description below to learn how you can become our client, and we can help you develop a plan to do just that. Thank you and good luck going beyond the 529.